Self care is the practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's health. And it has become a hot topic, especially in this post pandemic era, and understandably so. Statistics show us that an effective, consistent self care plan can increase your confidence by 64%, your productivity by 67%, and your happiness by 71%. So you would think a lot of people would have an effective, consistent self care plan. However, and interestingly, in a 1,000 person poll, even though 3 of 5 people reported having overwhelm in everyday life circumstances, 2 of 5 admitted non adherence to their plan, and 1 of 3 reported guilt with establishing and maintaining a self care plan. So, why is that? Do we think that self care is frivolous? In the words of Jackie Viramonte, self care is not a waste of time. Self care makes our use of time more sustainable. So, how do we get past the overwhelm, the non adherence, the guilt? Have you ever taken a trip before? Planning and preparation are just as important as the journey and destination. So, today we're going to go through and deep dive into a self care pre flight checklist where we will determine a focus, discuss logistics, detail a blueprint of action, detach from the barriers, and de stress. That's what we're looking for. So, when we're determining a focus, there's many aspects of ourselves and our lives that can be well served by an effective, consistent self care plan. Emotional. Do you have certain obstacles, challenges that you would like to address and begin to heal? Spiritual. That deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. Would you like to be more present, more grounded, more centered? Physical. Do you have health concerns? Would you like to improve your physical wellness? Financial. Would you like to increase your security, your stability, build a legacy? And relationship. How we interact with ourselves and others. In the words of Benjamin Franklin, 3 things are extremely hard: steal, a diamond, and to know oneself. When we're discussing the logistics, why do you want a self care plan? What do you expect to gather from it? Who will be affected? Well, yourself, of course, your loved ones, but anything and anyone that you dedicate time and attention to, because you're going to have to reprioritize in order to create a space for your self care. Also, too, when do we want to get this done? Because a goal without a plan is just a wish, as Antoine de Esprit says. And how will we get this done? What kind of resources do we need to allocate? Perhaps we need to get consultants involved in order to get this done. As we detail our blueprint of action, we give it more specifics and we begin to really flesh out the details in order to increase our rate of success with implementing and maintaining a self care plan. As we detach from the barriers, remember, 1 of 3 people feel guilty about having a self care plan. So we can kind of expect some resistance to change because that's what we do. We resist change. So we acknowledge it, but we move forward. And then finally, de stress. De-stress from the perfectionism, de-stress from the things that keep us from taking care of ourselves. It is amazing the tangible results you can get from a good self care plan. Studies show that rates of heart attack, stroke, and cancer are decreased with an effective, consistent self care plan. And that resonates with me. When I was given my diagnosis of breast cancer, as I gathered my treatment team, I did my own deep dive. I read more inspirational materials. I focused on my breathing. I took nature walks, and I consulted a hypnotherapist. And it helped me visualize and attain a successful outcome. So remember, as we're deep diving into our self care pre flight checklist, determine your focus, discuss the logistics, detail your blueprint of action, detach from the barriers, and de stress. Thank you.